What's up everyone? Jason here. I'm going to show you how to make New York style pizza. So in case you're asking, what's New York style pizza? It's pizza that's made in New York. Duh. No, it's New York style pizza is basic, simple, easy ingredients. They don't mess around with a lot of pepperoni, mushrooms, green olives, etc., etc. Pretty straightforward sauce with some real mozzarella cheese, thin crust, cooked in high heat. So first off, I'm going to show you how to make the dough. Something to keep in mind, you're going to want to make this dough and put it in the fridge overnight at least. Beyond that, you want to cook this as hot as you can in your oven. I don't have a pizza oven or a stone or a brick oven, and I imagine you don't either, so I'm going to turn my oven up to 500 degrees and turn on the broiler after it gets up to temperature to get some more heat. But more on that later. Let's get started on the dough. Okay, let's get started with our dough. So I have 1/4 cup of warm water. I'm going to add to that 1 teaspoon of sugar. Next I'm going to add my yeast, and we need 1 packet, or the equivalent to that is like 2 1/4 teaspoons of the Red Star yeast I have right here. So let me put that in. We're going to let that bloom or let that go for about 15 minutes so the yeast gets active. Then we'll add the rest of our water. Shh, good stuff. So be back in a second. Our yeast has been in the water, sugar. Now our oven is ready. Anyway, 15 minutes is nice and frothy. The yeast is eating the sugar, doing its thing. So we're going to add the rest of the warm water, which is another full cup. And then we're going to add just a little bit more than 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix that right in there. Give that a little stir. Next we're going to add that to 3 3/4 cups of bread flour. Oh, I almost forgot. We need a glug of olive oil. That's a glug. Maybe 2 tablespoons, give or take. So we're going to mix this in with our bread flour. Now we're going to go to the mixer, and we're going to mix this up for about 10-15 minutes on high speed, so it's going to make our dough nice and velvety and nice and smooth. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, we're going to mix this up in our KitchenAid mixer. Like I said, we're going to mix it on high for 10-15 minutes until it's nice and smooth and mixed well. You might need to add a little bit of water depending on how your dough looks. If it's a little dry. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's take a look. Sticky but thoroughly mixed. So we're going to go ahead and turn that a little bit, put some flour in it, split it up, and I'm going to put it in the fridge. Okay, let's work our dough. We're going to just work this just a little bit, and we're going to separate it into 2 pieces, 2 dough balls, because this will make 2 pizzas. As you can see, it's really smooth and kind of velvety. It's from working it so long in the mixer. Pull it tight like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut it with my knife. Cut that in 2 similar sized pieces. We're going to work those, make these into 2 cute little dough balls. Pinch the bottom, that one's done. Okay. That one's done too. So I'm going to put these in 2 different containers. And for this recipe you need to let this sit overnight or several days, I guess I've seen as well. I'm going to cover these with saran wrap, put them in the fridge, and luckily for you I did this last night, so I got some ready dough balls so I can keep the show on the road. So we'll grab those, get those ready, then next we'll do the sauce. Okay, here's the super simple sauce ingredients. New York style pizza doesn't cook, they don't cook their sauce, so we're not going to do that. Here's 8 ounces of tomato sauce in a jar. Here is about 15 ounces because it was out of a big can, but we're going to take about half this, or about 8 ounces of, these are finely diced, or you can use crushed tomatoes. We're going to add that. Next, you basically season to taste, so we're going to add salt, pepper, I would say about a teaspoon of each, or a little less. Here's some dried oregano. By the way, all the ingredients and the whole recipe is going to be down in the description box if you want to take a look. Here's some garlic powder. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. It smells really good. And you don't need to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to add a pinch of sugar. It kind of balances out the acidity in the tomatoes. So we're going to mix this up really well, and we're going to set this aside and we'll get our dough started. We're getting close. Okay, remember those dough balls? The ones I put in the oven, or I'm sorry, in the fridge overnight. Here's one of them. As you can see it, they rise up quite a bit, so we're going to try and be gentle with this and put it down on a well-floured surface. I'm just going to flatten it out just a little bit. And over. This is going to go on a pizza peel, which I have right here. I've actually seen people flatten it out with this rather than rolling it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't know if that did much, but we're going to keep on just pressing that out a little bit. So I'd like to make kind of a crust all the way around. My pizza stone that this is going on in the oven is about the same size as my peel, so I'll kind of use that as my guide. And by the way, when you're preheating your oven to 500 degrees, it takes a while, so keep that in mind. Mine's been doing that for a while. And then I've got the broiler on to try and get more heat into it. Like I mentioned, real pizza places with the brick ovens, they get up to 1,000 degrees. Can't do that at home. So we're going to kind of let it just stretch out a little bit on its own. By the way, I usually use a rolling pin, so if it doesn't look like I'm very good at this, it's because I'm not. Let gravity stretch it out. See that? Alright. It's not exactly a perfect circle, but I don't think it's supposed to be perfect. I'm going to put a little cornmeal on my peel just so it slides onto the stone like I'd like it to. We'll put our dough on there, then we'll add our ingredients, and we'll go ahead and add it. Put it into the stove. Okay, we got in there, we're going to add our ingredients now. Okay, first we're going to add some sauce. One thing, these New York pizzas, the style, they're not over sauce, so we're not going to go too overboard with it. Okay, next I have some sliced up real mozzarella cheese. I'm going to throw this on there. Okay, there that is, you can see it'll slide nice on that. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. It's cooking at 500 degrees. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this in, and it should take 5 to 6 minutes, but we'll check it out then. Okay, our pizza's been in there for about 8 minutes, give or take, so I'm going to open it. So it looks really good. We're going to let that cool for about 5-10 minutes before we cut it up and see if my boys like this cheese pizza.
I think I will. Hello.
Okay boys, try out the New York style cheese pizza. What do you think?
Wow.
Hot. It's really good.
Is it?
Really good. Wow.
Riley, what do you think?
Good. So good. Makes the pizza people, it's good. Everyone is good, so is it. No.
Okay.
Everybody do not look at my red face. We don't swimming.
You got some sun today. Okay, so you guys like this pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Like, comment, subscribe.